agree to it. How can they? Yes, not want to perform it in the laid down form. They stuck to 3 occasions. Then Qasim accomplished what he wanted. The mahar of 500 odd rupees was thrust into her hands. He even asked her to take the things of her choice from among the seer. Who needs it? She had flung them away and taking only Mansoor had started for her mothers. Amma, Barakat called still in the same low voice. Her tongue was dry. The white-clad Fatima did not look up. The spinning well went on. Cotton bits stuck to her hair. Barakat pushed Mansoor forward. He ran to her and looking at the revolving wheel asked her for water. Now Fatima looked up in a lifeless manner. From the time when her husband said talaq to her, Fatima took to white sari as if were dead. And the whole community was appalled at this. Now seeing her grandson asking her for water, there opened somewhere in her spring. She stopped the wheel. It was perfect silence. She pulled him to her and kissed him, then glancing at the bare-naked daughter, she wept for long with the end of her sari in their mouth. Mansoor, getting free from her, began to explore the house. Why this hesitation, as if it were a stranger's house? Go to the backyard, wash up and come and sit here. What the hell? Is the world drowned? Cannot only without man. Look here at this lad. Make him a big person. Barakat was as struck by the torrent of Fatima's words. Once in a while, Fatima called out, Hey Amina. Through the window, Barakat could understand that mother was inviting someone. In a little while, a head-covered woman of about 30 came from the neighboring house with a girl of Mansoor's age. The girl's eyes were big and her face was beautiful. Banu, see here, my grandson Mansoor. Fatima indicated the boy to the girl with pride. Mansoor and Banu glanced at each other, exchanging smiles. The next moment, they were gone out to the front yard where they commenced to play the game of rice making on an oven. Amina's husband had said talaq to her. Fatima introduced Amina to her daughter, who eyed her mother with a sigh. Amina looked at Barakat with unblinking eyes, which a little disconcerted the latter. Why should mother introduce Amina to her? To say that there are 100 women like her here in this village is deserted by her husband. Banu, having prepared soru, served it to Mansoor. Mansoor launched into a histrionic display of his father's habits. Barakat took interest in the children's play. Mansoor was fingering the served sand as if it were real boiled rice. There was a sudden change in his countenance. He shouted at Banu, "What kind of rice is this, woman?" Startled, Banu looked at Mansoor. She did not know that there were rules like this in that play. She could not answer him. No salt, nor is hot. Will a dog eat this soru? Shaking his hand, he glared at Banu. Tears gathered in her eyes. Now Fatima and Amina too turned their eyes to the dooryard. Barakat watched her son's actions with a little more seriousness. Her body began to shake even so mildly. I don't need you if you keep on cooking this sort of rice, said Mansoor again. Banu almost started to cry. Get you to your mother house. I have said talaq to you. Talaq, talaq, triple talaq. Mansur shouted at the top of his voice with his eyes shut. Barakat flew to the dooryard. No sooner did she arrive than she pulled him by his shirt and struck him. He was thrown to the jasmine creepers along the wall and was heaped on them. Barakat pulled him up and struck him again. Dare you say this again, dare you? Amma, don't beat me, please don't, Ma. Unable to understand anything, he pleaded with her. His pleadings did not fall on her ears. She was thrashing him as if she were assailing some arch enemy. Suddenly she sat on the ground and began to weep, beating her head. Fatima and Banu, stunned and not knowing what to do, stood looking at her. Mansur would never understand why mother had beaten him so and why she was weeping thereafter. Now, however, he wiping his eyes stood up and smiled at Banu. The sorrow-making game was resumed with more seriousness. Only the three grown-up women were silent and in deep thought. Thank you.
Thank you, Raja.